Hello, welcome everyone. This is Lavender Sky Panther. It is Friday, March 13th, 2020. So TGIF, gracias a Dios es viernes, and all that good stuff. I would like to say good day, osio, how, buongiorno, guten tag, kia ora, jambo, buenos dias, bonjour, ni hao, dzień dobry, and actually I will catch back up with aloha awinala and Kalimera. Now, if you're new to the channel, welcome especially to, and feel free to check out a previous video where you see a little bit more about what we are about here. For now, I will let you know that this is a place where we will talk about some images, observe current things happening around the world, and all looked at in a positive light. It's meant to be very thought-provoking for you to use your imagination, so please bring that as you watch this channel, bring that along with you. And we're going to ask questions, maybe even more questions than we can have answers for, but that's okay. Main thing is to be aware of your surroundings, especially looking up more often than not at the skies. So the cornerstone of this channel is going to include some sky observations with each showing, because that is really why I started all of this, looking at all of the oddities and rapid changes happening in the skies day by day. So that being said, here we are looking east in Miami. Now this is from 2018, but it's one of the most notable examples of chemtrails that I have at the moment. And I have plenty of images of other things, but for now, driving along, you see a pentagram, a star, a five-pointed star in the sky. It's hard to, to not notice, okay? Now I'm calling it chemtrail just to do the basics of what trails are being, called and what they are in the sky. A chemtrail implies a chemical filled trail, okay? It also goes by other more official names of SAI, standing for stratospheric aerosol injection. There's also solar radiation management, SRM. There is solar geoengineering, there is cloud seeding. There are a ton of words that describe different types of chemicals placed in the sky for different reasons depending on the objective that is sought to be achieved. So I'd like you to go ahead and do your own research on that and dig around and Google and have at it. I'm not going to go into too much more depth on that today. So some researchers claim that in this trail there is aluminum, strontium, barium. Looking at some newer trends, it looks like corporations are playing around with sulfurs or sulfides. Anyway, please do further research. Now, in contrast, there is the contrail, which is condensation trail. Now, that's the typical trail left by airplanes that most of us are familiar with, especially growing up anywhere in the world decades ago. And even now, you see a plane go overhead and you see a little trail coming out of it, a white little trail, a bit thinner than this, maybe more like this or this. And that's just water vapor left behind, sitting in a temperature differential, so with ice crystals and whatnot. It forms, it goes, it dissipates in under about 3 minutes, depending on the weather conditions and the wind and all of that. So okay, we know there are two different kinds of trails. That's what we're acknowledging here. So this one is chemical because there's a heavier, denser chemical sitting in here to allow it to last for more than 45 minutes. This is what it looks like 45 minutes later. It's still hanging around. It's still there, so it is not a contrail. And what happens is it spreads over time, it widens, it becomes something like this. So the sky that once was blue starts to turn white, and you see it happening right before your eyes. Anyway, it's a curiosity. I invite you to see what's going on in the sky. It's not always in your face as a symbol like this one was. Other times it's X's, you'll see. But do start to look at other Earth watching and sky watching channels, and you will see this is happening globally. Talk to your friends as well in different countries and have them take some snapshots, make mental notes, email them to each other, whatever. Become more aware globally, friends, if you're not already. I don't want to insult anybody who is already diligently watching all of this every day. But again, this is something you could observe just 3 to 5 minutes a day. Look up. If you can do it at the same time each day consistently, you'll start to maybe notice some patterns. But whenever you can, just have a look. You'll probably see some things that will astound you once you're onto it. So here we have Chemtrail X. I was lucky enough, I saw the plane or craft making this, And what fascinated me was there's such a thick, concentration of chemical, at least here. Now this, I don't know if that's plasma or also the chemical that spread apart, spread out. That's up for grabs. But whatever it is, there's something thicker in the air other than water vapor that is allowing a shadow to be cast upon it. So again, just take some pictures. This is not even a high quality camera, and it catches things like this. So I invite you to take some pictures and wonder at what's going on in the world around us, especially in the skies. So here's another example. This is about 20 miles away, totally different day. It's more recent, different part of the city. But again, I was drawn to, hey, there's another X. But actually, the first thing I saw was the moon. The moon is in the wrong place at the wrong time. So this was about 2 p.m. It should not show up here until about 6 p.m. So that grabbed my attention. Then I saw this kind of curved looked like a chemtrail to me. It either already passed or is coming back over to blow over, probably obscuring the fact that it is in the wrong place at the wrong time, is my guess. Then I started looking at the photo later on, days later, and I'm like, whoa, what is this? So I thought it was just an interruption in the chemtrail, but oh, lo and behold, you zoom in and you see some type of triangular object, enough that it's even casting, seems to be, some type of shadow beyond this trail. I tried to zoom in, again, the camera's not the best, but you see the form here, so it looks like something's cloaked or whatnot. Again, look at a previous video to see my thoughts on that. All right, now we're going to go to northern Florida now. This is near the border of Georgia. And this is not the sun. There is something happening here. It's maybe lens work over the sun, or it's something completely artificial. We'll get into that in the future show. If you look at the other Earth watching or sky watching channels, you will see there is a second sun, they're calling it, some other body in the neighborhood of this bright light source. Kindly start to do your own investigation on that if this is the first you're hearing of it. And if not, then you already know what I'm talking about. But there's, I call it lens work over here because this is clearly a reflection of some sort, and it's happening in a halo form around the sun. You'll see one on the other side mirrored as well. This is happening time and time again, and there are plenty of photo evidences of this on the internet as people are seeing it for themselves day by day. Okay. Now, here we're looking east to Miami again. This one was from November 2019. Now, I want to say this is chemtrail. I did label it here, but we got to hold that thought loosely and see what else it might be. I'm going to pan to the north. You still see this stuff happening. This is a more traditional chemtrail, the type from a plane. This is kind of a different animal, though. Doesn't appear to be created by a plane. And what I mean is, again, here's the plane or aircraft, some type of craft-created trail. Panning to the north, you see these ripples happening. They seem to fan out. That's caused, in my opinion, and from what I've known and researched, from a tampering with the electromagnetic frequencies in the sky. Now, there is known technology doing this. It is called HAARP, if that's new to you. It's HAARP. It's an acronym which stands for High Frequency, Active, Auroral Research Program. And the biggest installation that I know of is in Gakona, Alaska. And it is funded by the Air Force, the Navy, DARPA, which stands for Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, and others. But they are known to be tampering or experimenting, let's just say, with electromagnetic frequencies in the sky. Some claim they are warfare capable, and certainly capable of doing weather modification. Now, there are treaties put in place, as far as I know, in the 70s. It's the earliest that I know of. I'm sure it could be even earlier. That countries are saying no, weather warfare can be used against us mutually. So it's a known thing from even back as far as the 70s, perhaps even earlier. Now, so what I'm going to say is that to me seems like some type of electromagnetic activity. Now, we ourselves have electromagnetic aura about us. We have that signature, and that's when you talk about, you see a dog across the way, I think the effects of our own electromagnetics can be felt up to 25 feet away from what I've heard or researched. Again, that might be here or there a little by a few feet, but it does support the theory that when you approach an animal, they know from a distance if you're friend or foe. So they can feel that it's not just by scent. They can feel your electromagnetic energy coming from your heart space. That's why, birds and everything around you can sense you, and it's actually a beautiful thing. But think about it. If the waves in the sky can be altered or affected by a frequency signal sent out, you better believe it will also affect our own bodies, and that's why there's a big discussion right now about the 5G coming out with the mobile phones and networks. So do be mindful of that. My own opinion is stay far away from 5G. It's a different animal than the 4Gs and the 3Gs. So please do your own research on that. Let's move along. So keeping things on a positive note, as I said, and anything that we observe in the skies, I do look at it as something just to wonder about and trying to let's see what the real puzzle is here, what's going on, and to be aware. So it's nothing gloom and doom. This is just, hey, let's see what it is, acknowledge it, and deal with it head on as we move forward in this life. So to end on a positive note and something nature in mind, it is always very positive. So I'm including this lotus leaf I took a shot of a while back. And the lotus leaf, if you're not familiar with it, it's pretty remarkable. It has medicinal properties. It's known for aiding with bleeding, coughing, fever, liver and stomach problems, etc. So maybe have a look into that. The root structures on these things are phenomenal. They can even support people sitting on them. There are images all over the web of people sitting or standing on a certain type of lotus leaf. Also, the flowers and the seeds, they all have incredible properties as well. And just a couple of the names of there's numerous varieties of this lotus leaves. One that caught my attention was blue star lotus and celestial lotus. So maybe have a look around for yourselves on that. So anyway, I just wrote a little snippet here to support the image. Obviously that looks like a little heart. But the pure energy of a broad lotus leaf, swirling crystalline water, and a sensitive human touch unite together to create this moment in time. You will see love notes like this one offered freely by nature everywhere you look, if you care to look, and if you care to nurture yourself and all of life around you. Take care, friends, and I do mean that. I wish you beautiful things in this world and life, and I hope you are observing all the nature around you. That is such a beautiful gift to all of us. Okay, so that's it for now. I thank you for landing here a while. And again, whatever you are experiencing in life, may it be absolutely beautiful. And wish you all the best. And that's it for now. Take care. Lavender Sky Panther. Peace.